Yo, what is up guys? This is Pedro here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys 5 players that have absolutely shined during Washington football training camp, and I'm also going to be showing you guys some of their highlights. So if you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into it. So a lot of different players for Washington have played really well in training camp, but only a few have played well throughout. So today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 players that have shined during training camp and have been really consistent. Honorable mentions before we actually get into it. Ronald Darby has played pretty well. He just hasn't played amazing, but he's played pretty well. Dwayne Haskins has played good. He just had a couple of bad days. That's why I didn't want to put him on this list, but he's played really well. The whole defensive line has been playing really well. I just don't want to include all of them. There's definitely a couple others. Jerron Christian has played decent. There's a couple others, but now let's get into the list. So first, Antonio Gibson. Let's read a few notes from training camp, and then I'll give you guys a couple highlight clips. So Antonio Gibson showed decisiveness and patience in his running. He had 2 runs, both big gains. One run prompted running backs coach Randy Jordan to yell out, there you go. So he's been getting a lot of carries. He's been running with the ones, which is another big thing. And this is another thing that was said. It's hard to overstate how much Antonio Gibson is touching the ball. Seriously, the QBs practically have him on speed dial, and he's getting lots of carries as well. So it's really interesting. He must be doing really well if he's getting so many carries, especially as a 3rd round rookie. He's very dynamic. He's been running with the ones, and look for him to get a lot of carries once the season starts. And I think as the season progresses and he gets better and better, he could be getting so many carries by like week 8, week 9, a lot of passes. I don't think he's going to get an insane amount of carries this season, but I think his overall touches, that's what I meant to say earlier. I think he's going to get a lot of touches this season. Maybe start off with a few carries a game, 3, 4, 5, 6 carries a game, and maybe 5 catches a game or 5 targets a game. And then maybe by week 8, week 9, he's getting 10 carries and 6, 7 catches, which is definitely a lot, especially for a rookie. Remember, we still have Bryce Love in the backfield with AP, and we have J.D. McKissick, so he is going to get a decent amount of carries, but there are still other options. We'll see how it goes. I honestly think, though, after seeing how good Antonio Gibson has looked and Bryce Love, I not highly doubt, but I really don't see Peyton Barber make the team. We haven't heard much from him besides him getting injured, so I don't think he's going to make the team. But that's the Antonio Gibson update. Let me show a clip right here from practice real quick. That's a touchdown run by him. He's been super explosive. Kyle Stackpole said, Antonio Gibson, the 3rd round rookie is a natural ball carrier with speed and power. Showed that skill set on his first 2 runs today with the starters. So he's been with the starters, getting reps with the ones, which is really good news. So now on to Troy Apke real quick. So Troy Apke is he's one of the biggest surprises of camp. A lot of people thought Sean Davis was going to be the starter, but instead Troy Apke has been getting all the first team reps, and we haven't heard nothing from Sean Davis. Troy Apke has played really good, including forcing a fumble from Logan Thomas with a big hit. He's been doing really good. This is what Ron Rivera had to say about him. Troy is really stepping into the forefront. He's handling his situation very well, and he's showing some growth, Ron Rivera said. He's been playing really good. He's been with the first team defense, and it's almost exclusively been Apke lined up with Landon Collins. The duo seem to have good chemistry and communication, and Apke's speed matches up well with Collins' ability to make plays at the line of scrimmage. So it's good to see Apke's been doing good, and it's from pretty much all accounts he's been doing good. So we'll see how it ends up what ends up happening with him. I do believe he is a 3rd-year player. He's super athletic, super fast, and we'll see how he does because he's been mostly a special teams player so far with Washington. He did have a pick last year against the 49ers, but I think this year with a bigger role and his 3rd year is really when these mid-round pick guys start to emerge. So I think he has a chance to get himself a lot of recognition and possibly a second contract in DC. So we will see how he ends up doing. But so far, it's been all good news for Troy Apke. So next, we're gonna go real quick with this one. Terry McLaurin, we all know what a stud he has been, and I didn't really want to include some guys that have already been stars like Brandon Sheriff in this, but Terry McLaurin has been dominating so much that I thought it was needed that we talk about him. So here's Terry McLaurin's stats from last year. You guys all know 919 yards in 14 games, 7 touchdowns, 15.8 yards per catch, and 58 catches. So, and if he would have been playing all 16, he would have easily gotten 1,000 yards, because one of his games that he missed was against New York, the other was against Dallas. He would have easily gotten 1,000 yards, and especially this year if he stays healthy. So if he plays the same amount of games or more than he did last year, he's gonna have better stats than he did last year, because at the very least, Dwayne Haskins' quarterback play is going to improve just a little bit. At the very least, it's going to improve a little bit, and that should show in Terry McLaurin's stats. But I expect Haskins to improve a lot, so I think that'll show in Terry McLaurin's stats, and I think he could end up being a Pro Bowl wide receiver in year 2. I'll show you guys the insane catch he had with Dwayne Haskins. Not really an insane catch, but it was a nice throw by Haskins and a nice catch by Terry McLaurin. So you will see here. So yeah. It's a pretty nice catch, and they're all getting excited. So there it is. Sorry it was lagging a little bit. Not sure what the problem with that was. But he's been doing really well. Expect him to have another great season. Now on to Sean Dion Hamilton. So Sean Dion Hamilton, he's been flying around, making some big hits. He's been playing really well, and a lot of people have penciled him in as a starting middle linebacker. There haven't been many highlights from him, but from all accounts, he's been playing really good. A lot of big hits, and he's got the speed, and I think this year he should emerge as a decent linebacker. If you look at his stats, last year he had 1 interception, didn't start a single game, had a forced fumble, a sack, and 2 pass deflections. But if you look at his coverage stats, he actually played really, really well. So he allowed 1 touchdown last year and allowed a 52.8 pass rating when teams targeted him or quarterbacks targeted him, and he allowed a 50% completion percentage. So he has been playing really, really well, and I expect him to play even better this year, especially in Jack Del Rio's scheme. I think that's a reason why a lot of these other players are playing better. So I think Sean Dion Hamilton will have a great year and should be the starting middle linebacker if everything goes as planned. Here's another tweet about Sean Dion Hamilton. Notice Sean Dion Hamilton flying to the ball today. So he's played really well. And the last guy is Monte Sweat. Monte Sweat is the guy I've been hearing the most about besides Terry McLaurin on how well they've been playing. So Kyle Stackpole, reporter for Washington, this is what he said. So I'll just read all of them. Biggest surprise, Troy Apke, Bryce Love, and Marcus Baugh, all players that have been a pleasant surprise. Biggest standout, Montez Sweat, Ronald Darden, and then still really good, Terry McLaurin, Matt Ioannidis, and Tress Way. So Montez Sweat, from all accounts, like I said, has been playing really good. From JP Finley, all these guys are saying he's been playing really well, and he's healthy. He's got a second year, or he's got a first year under his belt, and he's on his second year. And I think the biggest thing that's helping him is Jack Del Rio's scheme and a great defensive line. I think he's going to play absolutely great this year, and I seriously cannot wait to see what he can do this year. Last year had seven sacks, but did start the year out slow because he didn't really get much time in training camp because of an injury. I think this year in Jack Del Rio's scheme, with playing all of training camp, if he's healthy, I see 11-ish sacks for him. I'm really excited to see what he can do. So that is it right there for the 5 players that have shined during Washington football training camp. Let me know if there's any guys you think I missed. But overall, Antonio Gibson's played really well, super explosive. We'll see for a rookie. I think he's going to get significant playing time Same with Troy Apke, emerging as a starting free safety. Monte Sweat, already talked about him right now. And Terry McLaurin, we already know what the deal is with him. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know if you guys want to see another part of this, guys. Underrated guys during training camp and possibly players that have disappointed. So if you guys enjoy the video, smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video. And peace.